Let's see, where do I begin? Well, I'll start by saying I love my guys. I really do care for this group a whole lot. They're a special unit. You know, they're like that child that gives you all that drama, but is worth every bit of it. And it was just amazing effort tonight. Defensively, again, I thought we played fantastic. Holding La Tech to 57 points, and you know a lot of that was in garbage time. I just thought, again, it was a stellar defensive effort. And you know, as far as the technical aspects of the game, you know, I really think that they might have worn themselves out a little bit last night just watching them play. They played so great last night. They had a lot. It seems like they had more energy. They played a little bit harder, I felt. Harder is probably not the right word. They were a little quicker last night. And you know, it was just, it was our time. You know, it was our time. And we had some good depth. And again, we relied heavily on our seniors and juniors to carry us to a championship, and they did it. And I'm still kind of in a surreal place. So if I'm bouncing all over the place, and you have to forgive me because it's amazing it's just like it's not real. It's like we've been dreaming about it and thinking about it for so long. For it to come to fruition, it's almost like, okay, is it actually here? So it'll probably hit me tomorrow when we're on Selection Sunday. But for right now, we're going to enjoy the evening and get on a flight and get out of here tomorrow and find out who we play.
All right, we'll take some questions. And please use the microphone so those that watching on the web can hear the question.
You jumped on Hawaii real quick last night too, and they kept back. Was it the same? Like it didn't seem like that was going to happen tonight, though.
No, I think we learned our lesson. I think that having a good start and throwing the first punch the last couple games was evident that the guys were really focused, and the players came out with a workman-like mentality from the very beginning. I mean, Wendell was calling team meetings, and all the guys we would meet as a staff with the team and go over scouting report, and then they kick us out and go, okay, players only, players only. So I don't know what they were talking about, but it must have been efficient and effective because we really jumped out on both guys. And I thought the way that they handled the lead tonight was much more surgeon-like in terms of our execution than last night.
Wendell, can you take us inside those meetings? I mean, what you
No.
talk about?
That ain't gonna happen.
Can you both talk about just the focus that you played with this week? You guys were ready to play every single night.
Yeah, it's just the urgency behind it, you know, but not forgetting that it's basketball and just, you know, and playing our game and having fun with it. And just knowing that it's 3 games, 1 possession at a time, and if we play our game, we can beat anybody. And just playing with that confidence, and look where we at. All I can do is smile, man.
What does it mean to you guys just to be here again?
I mean, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. For me, at least, I was kind of a spectator. I was on the bench during my team in summer when we made it the first time, so I got to play 35 minutes, so it felt good. And we worked so hard the whole season for this, man. And we came together as a unit right now at the ending, on the later portion of the season. We just told each other, it's just us. It's us against the world. So we just did it for one another.
In 2010, it was like, oh my God, we're going to the tournament. Like, wow, it's crazy. But now, like, it's like, okay, we know what to expect in the tournament, and you know what to do to win, and we know we can play with anybody. So we're looking forward to the tournament now.
Yeah,
making noise.
I wanted to ask you it seems like they're 2 vastly different tournament teams. They're built differently. This year's defense, rebounding. Maybe that team tried to outscore teams a little bit. How are these two? And Coach, if you could chime in on that.
Yeah, no, I would agree with you. I think that the personnel makeup on the two teams. We were a little bit more guard oriented. I say that, but then you got Ernst and Daniel at the 1 and the 2, and we were more capable scorers from the perimeter. Let's put it that way. We could shoot the ball better, I thought, and we maybe had a couple more guys that could bounce it. So now what we have is I think a more balanced attack. I think we have some guards that can bounce it as well. We're maybe not shooting as prolific as that team, but we definitely have a stronger interior force with the 4 and 5 as well. So, but what we, like I've always talked about, the X factor for us, I think, is Bonja and Tyrone, Daniel. I think those are the guys that we know what we're going to get from our seniors. They're steady Eddie guys, and their numbers are going to be relatively consistent, which are pretty good. But it's going to be those other guys that are going to be able to determine whether we can, live to play another day.
What does it mean to you and the program to get second tournament championship?
Probably contract extension.
3 years.
No, I think it means a lot, obviously, to a lot of people. I mean, we had a fantastic support, I thought, for such a small town. We had a lot of people come out that were there with us at the game tonight. There were some people from Albuquerque I saw in the stands, that came over after their game. So, New Mexico supports New Mexico, and the Lobos winning and us winning as well, I think is great for the state. But it's more specific to your question. I'd have to say that, when we had a paradigm set when we took over the job 5 years ago, and how we wanted to build it and go the developmental route and recruit freshmen and basically redshirt them if we needed to help them get acclimated academically, whatever it took, so that when they leave the institution, they're complete. They're good citizens, they have good academics, and they had stellar basketball careers, and hopefully can continue to play professionally. And if not, then they have the tools to make it outside of basketball. And I think we've shown that we've done that, and this is just really the beginning of the tip of the iceberg of classes to come. And this particular class is going to show them what it's all about, because this is the first full completed class. So they're going to set the bar, and they've set it pretty high already.
Talk about Wendell's leadership this week. I mean, was he?
Well, it's about time.
Was he a catalyst of how focused you guys were on the court every night this week? I mean,
yeah, Wendell's he's a senior. He's the epitome of, the character, the class clown. But when it's time to lace him up, that's the one I want to go to war with. And night in, night out, there's no more passionate player that I've ever coached in my 30-year career. I mean, there's guys that who work as hard. There's guys that who may be more efficient at shooting from the perimeter or doing one particular thing. But as far as an overall passion for the game and, that type of leadership that he's shown with his work ethic, I think the younger guys, even Tyrone mentioned that on one of the senior deals, that Tyrone's learned so much. I mean, Tyrone was sitting on that bench in his first, NCAA tournament. Now he plays 30-something minutes, and he kind of patterns his style of play after Wendell's, and he's got to take the reins from Wendell for next year. That's his job, and now he's had a visual daily guide to see this is how it's done.
I'm sure you're happy to be in the tournament. Albuquerque is a site, though. I mean, have you thought about?
Yeah, of course. I mean, that would be ideal. That would be our dream site. I don't think that would. I don't think that will make a difference on how we play them, outside of the fact that we'll have more support. But it would be nice. It would be nice to take a 3-hour, bus ride down the road and not have to deal with the jet lag and all those other things associated with it.
I want a charter. I want a charter plane.
He wants to charter just for the sake of being chartered.
Me too.
I'm tired of coach.
I tell you what, we'll charter a bus.
Tyrone, defensively, talk about. I mean, Gaston started 0 for 9 tonight. You guys, and it seemed like you were looking to get to the whole team was, but you really took it to the paint offensively too.
I felt that off the bounce that I would be more effective, and that's kind of my strength. That's what I go to. So we scouted him pretty hard, and we watched film on him, and he had a good game. So I just wanted to get out and make sure he didn't get hot early, and I just wanted to be active defensively and just make some plays for my team.
Dave McCullum with the Las Cruces Bulletin. A quick question for Wendell and one for Tyrone. Wendell, is it true that every day is Wednesday?
That's right, man. It is.
Yes.
Okay, all right, thank
Yes.
you. And Tyrone, we visited very briefly before this tournament, and you said you were ready to step it up, and by golly, you did. In fact, you were the go-to guy on scoring to start off each of the 3 games. How did you approach this differently than the rest of the season?
I mean, man, I was just prepared this whole tournament. I had a different mentality, a different focus, and I knew that I need to just pick it up scoring-wise and just defensively and just all around overall. So my teammates believed in me. Wynn believed in me. He passed me the ball. I made some plays. I returned the favor to him, and we just all connected as a unit when the time was right.
Congratulations on the whole tournament.
Appreciate it.
Tyrone Watson. Behind.
Bruce Marshall from Sports Byline. Congratulations again. You guys are about the best rebounding team I have seen all year. It's really a revelation to watch you guys attack the glass. Coach, I want to ask you, the second time, 2 years ago, if there's anything that experience before that you learned going into the NC2A. I mean, you almost beat a Final Four team. You took them right to the wire 2 years ago.
Right.
That experience, how do you think that's going to help? And is there anything different you might do coming into this week?
Well, I'll be prepared. As a coach, at this stage of the game, you're really not as much as a factor as you may want to think. Our egos as coaches are either, boy, if we have this great scout, or if we do this or we do that. We can do some things to steal a few plays and maybe get a few buckets, but it's on the guys. And that's why experience is so valuable. We talk about it all the time, but teams with mid-major teams with upperclassmen are dangerous teams in the tournament. It's been proven in the last 3 years. I mean, you've got Butler and twice and VCU, and I mean, there's teams that have had that recipe. I think we have the recipe. I don't know if we can experience that much success, but it'll just depend on who we match up with and how well we play each night we go to war.
It's a great story. Wendell had an injury last year, too. Congratulations, man. Bouncing back.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, that's great.
All I can do is smile, man.
One last question. You had to make an adjustment in the middle of the year with line ball going in, change. How did you change some things there and talk about the adjustments you had to make kind of midstream?
Well, it was really, it just ended up getting more minutes for Daniel is what ended up happening, and it slid Ernst into a heavier point guard role. I mean, if Ernst goes down, or if we lose Wendell or Ty or Ernst, if we lose any one of these pieces, we're not the team that we are. So that's why I felt so bad for Hawaii last night. They did a great job to be able to get through that first round, but when you're depleted like that, with your losing your leader score, it's tough. So, and this is the war of attrition. Every season is like that, and right now, thank God we're all healthy and playing well, and right now it's just a matter of getting back to your question. Right now it's just a matter of the guys doing it on the floor. We'll give them a great scouting report. We know how to do that, but then they got to go execute it.
Eric with the Nevada Sagebrush. I would like to ask this question to all of you, if that's okay. I was wondering if you guys would feel better if you guys beat Nevada in this game rather than Louisiana Tech.
I'd have to say no. I think that David Carter's done a fantastic job with his group, but I don't think when you dance and you punch your ticket, you don't care where you bought it. You just want to go dance. It doesn't matter if I got it on Ticketmaster, on the internet, or whoever gave it to me. I'm just ready to dance.
I'd say it doesn't.
Like
It doesn't.
that answer, huh, Pete?
It doesn't really matter to me. Like Coach said, winning is winning. Whoever we play is whoever we play. It would have felt nice to play Nevada for revenge because they beat us twice early in the season and they got to win the regular season, but. They lost. They didn't bring it. La Tech did, and then we brought it to La Tech.
Hey, that was a funny question. That's like saying, after getting married, that's like saying, man, maybe I would have been happier if I married her. Next question.
A little bit of a stretch there, but okay. Are you happy you didn't have to face all those Nevada fans? I mean, they really dominated the arena throughout the tournament.
We represented pretty well tonight. I thought it would have been a good the fans would have been able to go back and forth with each other, which would have been nice. It created a nicer environment and maybe a little bit more revenue for the arena. But those aren't our concerns. I was hired to coach and develop players, and that's what I get paid to do, and that's what we're doing.